Chapter 1, The Catalyst. The last thing I remember. The last thing I remember is bleeding out in a war zone. There was fire. The kind that eats everything. The kind that leaves nothing but ghosts in its wake. I was on my back, watching the sky burn, feeling my body give out, my fingers twitching against the trigger of a rifle I was too weak to lift. And then, nothing. But now? Now my eyes snap open, my throat burns with the taste of frostbite, and my smartwatch is flashing a message that should be impossible. Cryo Sleep Duration, 435 years. The room around me is pitch black, save for the faint flicker of emergency lighting. My breath fogs in the cold, stale air. Where the hell am I? I lurch forward, my muscles screaming from centuries of atrophy, my head a vice grip of pain. My body wasn't built to sleep this long. No body was. I glance down at my wrist. The watch's interface glitches before spitting out one final line. Warning, enemy forces inbound. Then the alarms start screaming. Chapter 2, The Turning Point. Dead men should stay buried. The Valkyrie's airlock hisses open, and I'm immediately met with cold steel and colder stares. The last human warship in the system. Battle-worn. Scarred. But alive. I expected a hero's welcome. Instead, I get a gun to my head. The woman holding it has the look of a commander who's seen more death than sleep. Platinum hair. Piercing green eyes. A scar running down her cheek. "You should be dead," she says. "Yeah," I rasp. I get that a lot. She doesn't lower the gun. "You expect me to believe you just woke up after 4 centuries and decided to drop by for a chat?" "No," I say. "I expect you to tell me why humanity's on its last leg." Her eyes narrow. "Because of people like you." That's when I know. Whatever happened to me, whatever put me on ice for 435 years, it wasn't an accident. Somebody wanted me gone. And now, the universe is about to find out why that was a very bad idea. Chapter 3, The Climax. You want a war? You got one. The Zephyr fleet arrives in waves. Biomechanical monstrosities, sleek warships cutting through the void like predatory beasts. Their arrival shakes the stars. The Valkyrie is outnumbered, outgunned, and running on fumes. I crack my neck, staring at the holographic battlefield. The crew's on edge, waiting for orders. I roll my shoulders, feeling the weight of 4 lost centuries settle into my bones. I give them what they want. "All right," I say. "Let's remind these alien bastards why humanity doesn't know how to die." Chapter 4, Fire and Fury. You want a war? You got one. The Valkyrie trembles under the first impact. The bridge is a symphony of chaos, alarms blaring, red warning lights flashing across the holographic interface. The Zephyr fleet is here, and they aren't waiting for an invitation. Shields at 47%. We won't last against a second barrage. Then we don't sit here and take it. I crack my knuckles, stepping forward. Divert all power to forward thrusters. We charge. Commander Arya Cross turns to me, disbelief shadowing her sharp green eyes. "That's suicide." "No," I growl. "That's humanity." She hesitates for only a second. Then she grits her teeth and smashes the override controls. The Valkyrie roars to life. The ship lurches forward like a wounded beast, engines burning hotter than hellfire, cutting through the void straight at the Zephyr warships. They expect us to run, to break formation and scatter like prey. They have no idea who they're dealing with. "Open a channel to the fleet," I command. A second later, my voice is broadcasted to every remaining human ship, every pilot still breathing, every soldier gripping their last rifle. This is Commander Rylan Kane. I take a slow breath. A war cry is forming in my chest, born from 435 years of silence. I don't give a damn what they told you about me. I don't care if you think I'm a ghost, a traitor, or a relic from a war long lost. But I promise you this, today, we are not running. Today, we are not hiding. Today, we show them that humanity does not kneel. I slam my fist on the command panel. All ships, attack. Chapter 5, No More Graves. If we die standing. The first kill belongs to us. A Zephyr frigate underestimates the Valkyrie's speed, and our plasma railguns rip straight through its hull. It explodes in a chain reaction, debris scattering across the battlefield. The fleet erupts into battle. Ships weave through the chaos, human vessels darting between alien behemoths. Pilots scream war cries over open comms, the kind of suicidal bravery that only comes from a species with nothing left to lose. Arya grips the console. We're losing ships too fast. I grit my teeth, my mind racing. We need an edge. Something, anything, that turns this massacre into a fight. Then I see it. A Zephyr command dreadnought, hanging back behind the main fleet. If we take it out, we cut off their entire battle network. Get me an infiltration squad, I say. Arya's eyes widen. You're not serious. I smirk. I was born serious. Chapter 6, Boarding the Beast. One man. One shot. One hell of a way to go. I suit up. The old Black Ops armor still fits like a second skin, despite the centuries. My HUD flickers online, system diagnostics running as I grab my weapons. Pulse rifle, check. Magnetic breaching charges, check. Explosive fury and a personal vendetta, double check. The dropship rattles as we approach the dreadnought. A squad of 5 soldiers sits with me, young, hardened fighters who weren't even born when I last walked the battlefield. One of them, a sniper named Calloway, looks at me with something between awe and suspicion. You were there, he mutters. The first war. The day Earth burned. I don't look at him. I just reload my rifle. Yeah, I say. And today's the day we get even. The moment we hit the hull, we blast our way inside. The Zephyr weren't expecting this. Big mistake. Chapter 7, Hell Comes Knocking. Knock, knock, aliens. Humanity's back. The Zephyr dreadnought is a monstrosity, all sleek obsidian metal and eerie bioluminescent veins running along its walls. The inside pulses, like a living organism breathing in the dark. I don't have time to be disgusted. We move fast. Silent. Tactical. The moment we breach, I drop a Zephyr soldier with a point-blank headshot, his insectoid body crumpling to the floor. Calloway lets out a slow whistle. Damn. You still got it. Yeah, I mutter. Now shut up and move. The rest of the squad fans out, clearing corridors as we push toward our primary objective, the command center. We take them apart like a surgical strike, ghosting through their defenses. They don't know what hit them. Then, an alarm blares. Shit. Looks like they just figured out we're not supposed to be here. Arya's voice crackles in my earpiece. Expect company. I smirk, locking and loading. Good. I was getting bored. Chapter 8, The Storm Breaks. Fighting Zephyr is like fighting demons. They don't just attack. They swarm, claws, plasma blades, and high-caliber weapons that punch through bulkheads like paper. But here's the thing about humanity, we don't break easy. We adapt. We improvise. And when you push us against the wall, we come out swinging. Covering fire. Calloway shouts, snapping off a perfect shot that blows a Zephyr's face apart. I go low, sliding beneath incoming fire, and plant a breaching charge on a bulkhead. The moment it blows, I rush in, firing point-blank into the enemy ranks. Zephyr warriors screech as they go down. One of them lunges at me, 7 feet of spiked chitin and malice. It swings. I duck, grab its arm, and use its momentum to slam it into a wall so hard its skull cracks open. Nice moves, old man, one of the younger soldiers quips. I grab a fallen plasma blade and hurl it through an enemy's throat without even looking. Who's old? Chapter 9, No Gods, No masters. The command center is just ahead. We breach the final chamber, weapons raised, only to find Valrax is already waiting for us. The Zephyr warlord stands at the heart of the room, towering over us like some nightmare-given form. His armor gleams, shifting like liquid obsidian, and his eyes burn with contempt. You're persistent, he muses. But that's always been humanity's flaw, hasn't it? I spit blood onto the floor. Persistence is why we're still here. He flexes his claws, his voice calm. Too calm. No, he says. You're still here because I let you be. I don't like the way he says that. Then my HUD flickers, red warnings flashing. Incoming energy spike, dreadnought core overload detected. That son of a bitch is about to blow the whole ship. Chapter 10, the clock is ticking. If this thing blows, we all die. No pressure. Alarms shriek as the core overload sequence counts down. The entire dreadnought is about to turn into a star-sized funeral pyre, and we're still inside. Valrax doesn't move. He just watches me, like a man who's already won. You were never meant to wake up, he says, his voice eerily calm. And now, you won't escape. I check my rifle's charge. 2 shots left. Not nearly enough. Yeah? I grin, stepping forward. I've been dead once already. It didn't stick. I fire. Valrax dodges. Fast, too fast. He blurs, sidestepping my shots like they were fired in slow motion. Then he lunges. I barely dodge as his claws carve through metal like paper, missing my face by inches. Calloway fires a sniper round straight at his head. Valrax catches the bullet midair and crushes it between his fingers. Shit, Calloway breathes. We are so screwed. Chapter 11, Kill the King, Save the War. 1 shot. 1 chance. No room for mistakes. Valrax moves like a storm in human form. One of our soldiers tries to flank him. He grabs them by the throat and hurls them through a bulkhead like a ragdoll. I dodge left, roll, grab a fallen Zephyr plasma blade. He's already on me. Claws slice through my Black Ops armor, and I barely twist in time to avoid being gutted. Pain lances through my side. I go down hard, blood leaking from my ribs. He stands over me, triumphant. Pathetic. Then I see it. The reactor core, pulsing behind him. I grin through bloody teeth. Gotcha. My left hand, unseen, grips a detonator. Valrax's eyes widen as I press the trigger. Boom. Chapter 12, The Fall of a Warlord. Burn, you son of a bitch. The explosion tears through the command center, sending shockwaves through the dreadnought. Valrax is blown backward, his armor shattered, his body cracked open like a dying star. He staggers. Blood, his blood, drips onto the floor. He looks at me, stunned. Impossible. I stand, gripping my side, and point my last bullet straight at his head. I smirk. Nah. Just human. Bang. The bullet slams through his skull, and the great warlord falls. The moment his body hits the floor, the dreadnought starts collapsing. We need to get the hell out. Chapter 13, Running from the End of the World. Move, move, move. We sprint through the crumbling corridors, the ship tearing itself apart around us. Calloway drags a wounded soldier, fire licking at our heels. Where's our damn evac? 1 minute out. Arya shouts over the comms. I glance at the countdown, 20 seconds until full detonation. We won't make it. Unless. I stop running. I turn toward the blast doors, locking eyes with Calloway. Get them out, I say. His face twists in horror. No. Hell no. Don't you do this. I shove him forward. That's an order, soldier. I slam the doors shut behind them. Alone now. I sprint toward the manual override, slamming my palm against the console. I can redirect the reactor blast. But there's no way I'm making it to the evac now. The comms crackle. Aria's voice, angry, desperate. Kane, don't do this. I grin, exhaling. Tell the galaxy we're still here. Then I punch the final command. The ship explodes. Chapter 14, The Legend Lives On. No one saw it coming. The human fleet watches as the Zephyr dreadnought detonates like a supernova. The shockwave rips through enemy lines, shattering their fleet. The Valkyrie's bridge is silent. Aria stands frozen. Calloway grips the console so hard his knuckles go white. The comms crackle. Allied ships reporting in. The Zephyr fleet is breaking. Humanity has won. But at what cost? Epilogue, wake up, soldier. Darkness. A void. Pain fades into nothing. Then, a beep. Another one. Faint. Distant. A light flickers in the darkness. And then, I gasp, sucking in air like I've been drowning for an eternity. My eyes snap open. A screen flashes above me. Cryo Sleep Duration, 2 years. I blink, confused. The pod hisses open, and a familiar voice, Aria's voice, echoes in the chamber. Welcome back, Kane. I sit up, heart pounding. All right, I rasp, cracking my knuckles. What did I miss?